guys. So welcome to today's news session here, and want to go over some good information to share here with you guys as we start to prepare here for the end of the month for April, and then we look into going into the month of May in itself. All right. So, guys, first thing I want to ask you is basically, what is your why? Right. We haven't really discussed this in a while, but what is your why? What is your why as far as when you search for at your job? What is your why? What do you want to be in your job in the next year? What do you want to be in your job next 3 years? What do you want to be in your job in the next 5 years? What is your why as far as with your faith? Where you want to be with your relationship, whatever type of religion that you may be in, or relationship with God? Where do you want to be with your family? Where do you want to be? In particular, as we discuss here in this financial sector, where do you want to be financially this time next year, 5 years from now? What is your actual why? What motivates you? And you should have some type of why to give you that initiation to say, I want to get out of the current situation that I'm in. Or if you're in a good situation, how can I elevate and go to the next level? So you got to think about it. If you haven't thought about this in a while, and to say, what is your why? If it's to the point where you want to get to the point where you want to increase your savings account and have more in your savings, what's your why in order to get you there? What you're going to do in order to sacrifice for that why to get you there? If it's to pay down some more debt or to pay off debt, what is going to be your why in order for you to get to that particular level to help you pay off the credit card debt in itself? All right. Now, let's talk about this right here. When we talk about financial crossroads is that every decision you make leads to somewhere. And I'm going somewhere with this right here. But every decision that you make leads to somewhere, whether it's a good decision or whether it's a bad decision. And so we look at this right here, your financial crossroads. Where do you want to be, as I just mentioned a few minutes ago, 1 year from now? So May of 2025, where do you want to be? 3 years from now, 4 years from now, May of 2028, where do you want to be right now financially? May 2029, that's 5 years from now. Where do you want to be financially? So when we look at this here, this is what I want to harp on a little bit today, right? What decisions are holding you back? So, guys, let me ask you this question here. And this right here will detail the true test of where you are from a financial standpoint. Is this right here? Look at your last 10 transactions. So I challenge you right now, today, if you go and look at your last 10 transactions that you spent in your bank account, on your credit card, and ask yourself, did it go towards bills or did it go to something that's holding you back? Because the things that what you spend your money on is basically what you cherish. And now you got to ask yourself in these last 10 transactions that you made, I want you to ask yourself, was it an asset or was it a liability? And oftentimes it's more likely whether it goes to a bill or something that's going to be holding us back. And something that holds us back is a liability. So you got to ask yourself, your last 10 transactions, what was it? Did it go to a bill? Did it go to something that's holding you back? Or was it something that actually is going to help you grow? And when we look at where do you want to be in the next year, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, right? So let's unpack that here, right? So when we say the last 10 transactions, and I think about my last 10 transactions, more than likely, it may went on food expenses, right? And so you think about it, that's not a bill or that's something that's not going to hold me back. But if you look at your actual spending in April, you will find out that if you go and look at your transactions on the amount of money that you spent on eating out, is it reasonable? Is it to a point to where you feel like, you know what, maybe I can cut back on some of that spending, or maybe I can cut back on some of that eating out at a restaurant, and maybe okay, look, can I maybe save some money actually from just maybe cooking an extra meal or two throughout the week, and I can actually put more towards a savings account. I could put more money towards an investment account. I could put more to money towards paying off my credit cards. But you got to think about this here. I want you to think about this, your last 10 transactions. And half of the time, we don't want to go into our bank account and look at our transactions because today may be Tuesday. we may be getting paid Friday. We may only have $147 in our bank account today, and we know we get paid on Friday. So we ain't trying to look at our bank account because we know in our mind is short. But I challenge you, go and look at the last 10 transactions. Did it go to a bill? More than likely, 90% chance it went to a bill. Or did it go to something that's actually holding you back? And so that's the thing that we want to get out of is that cycle, right? That cycle of doing the same exact thing where we see no changes. We want to get into a cycle to where we start making changes because I tell you this all the time, right? Transformation is the information, the new information that you receive. And once you start transforming and doing things different, that's when you start transforming into to new beginnings. All right. So your last 10 transactions, look at them, see what they were. All right. Then I want to go right here and I want to unpack this. How many employees do you have working for you? How many employees do you have working for you? Now, guys, this is a very important measure right here when I say employees that's working for you. Because when we go and we look at your last 10 transactions, right, you got to ask yourself what employees that's actually working for you. What are you spending your money on that's actually is going to help you actually grow your money? So one thing about wealthy people, what they understand is they spend money on things that's going to actually help them grow over time, right? And so when they do that is you will see me talk about this a lot. They spend money on real estate. They spend money on the stock market. They spend money on a business. They spend money on land. They spend money on an attorney helping them to protect their assets, right? They spend money on a CPA to help them lower their taxable income. The one thing what they're not doing or concerned about is this weekend going to hang out with Sally Mae and Suzanne and the fact that they got this function going on and then who gonna be the best dressed. They ain't concerned with that. They're concerned with on the weekends is what's gonna help lead them over the edge to where they can start making extra income or where they can actually grow their business or they can look at the next investment cycle that's going to be able to help them because I said this on a call a couple weeks ago. I want you guys to get out of a mindset of a weekly mindset or a weekend mindset, but I want you guys to get into a generational mindset to where you don't necessarily start thinking just for the week or for the month, but we start thinking about a generation, the next 5 years, the next 10 years. Your decisions on what you make today is going to impact you on where you're going to be in the next 5 or the next 10 years. So that's why you have to go and look at your transactions and say, what you spending your money on? Is it on an asset? Or is it on liability? And if you're spending more money on liabilities, then what you're doing is we hustling backwards, right? So I want to share this with Richie really quick as well because I want to remind you guys that whatever you want in life, it does not happen automatically. Even though we're in a microwave society, it just don't happen that way. But we think that and we want that. And a lot of times, if it doesn't happen within a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, then we give up. Then half of the time, we're right there knocking on that door, right, for that breakthrough. But because it took so much time that more than what we expected, right? Because we wanted it so quick, then we give up right when we see that particular breakthrough, right? So let me share this here with you really quick. Success takes time. And a lot of you guys know I help manage the accounts and portfolios, things of that nature, right? So let me share this here with you. And this is a great example right here where I say success takes time. I want you guys to do this, right? Right. I want you guys to go into your Fidelity accounts, all right, sometime today before tonight. All right. I want you to go in your Fidelity accounts. And what I want you to do is I want you to go into each one of your accounts that you have. All right. And what I want you to do, let's say, for instance, this rollover IRA account. This is an account right here, right? Where it's from an old job that was rolled over into an IRA. And I want you to go to this roll. I want you to go to any account that you have. And I want you to go over here to performance. All right. And when you go to this performance here, I want you to scroll down and guys, what you're going to be able to see here is 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, and 10 years. But let's say, for instance, go and hit a 5 year right here. And guys, and hit monthly and go right here and you hit show details. you're going to be able to see every single month how your portfolio has performed over time. Now, April here, we see that April was a down month. But before April was down, we see the fact that November all the way through March was an up month. All right. So 5 consecutive months. But here's what I want to share here with you guys. This right here is a great example to show you guys that success takes time. Let me show you this right here. So this particular person right here, right? This particular person came to me in November of 2020. All right. You see this right here of November of 2020. So this person here has some old 401k accounts. All right. And the old 401k accounts, in one account, they had about $93,572. All right. And then they deposited right here. They moved their old 401k account into a rollover IRA in November of 2020. And then in December here, right? They had another 401k account that they had and they deposited here in December as well. So guys, I'm gonna do the math here for you, right? So what happened here, right? I'm gonna add this $93,000 plus I'm gonna add this $93,000 plus that $35,000, right? And this is gonna be a great example to show you guys that success takes time, but I'm gonna show you how much this portfolio has grown over time because this person right here stayed consistent. All right. So you see this 93,572, we're gonna take 93,572. All right. And then so 93,572 plus we're gonna take this other 401k money that came in here, right? Plus 35,131. All right. Guys, so if you look at this right here, hold on one second. I think I got two up. All right. If you look at this right here, let me pull this back up. If you look at this right here, so total between November 2020 and December 2020, between this $93,000 right here and this $35,000 right here, this was a total of $128,000, 128,703 that they deposited into this rollover array here between November and December 2020. Now we scroll up, you can see right here when you go up here and you go to your accounts, and like I was telling you guys, if you go to your performance tab right here, and then you can go in each one of your accounts, you can see this and see how you've been doing. Guys, you will see here this account balance right here, right? And I don't know if it'll tell me today, but this account balance right here, the ending balance, right? $186,000. So let's look at this right here. So when you look at this right here, right? This account right here, the beginning balance, it started at 93,000. Then we added a 35, it went to 136,000. But look how this money continues just to go up over time. And the crazy part about this, right? We never invested one more cent into this account. All right. So we went here and all these months right here, see March here, right? It just kind of goes up. Boom, 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 right? It goes up. Here in November, it went all the way up to 158, right? From 136 to 158. But look what we saw right here in November. Not November, I'm sorry, in 2022. We see here where the market was down in 2022. You see here, just as of July, this account went down to $107,000. Now, if you realize, just right here in November 2021, it was at $158,000. And remember, we didn't put any more money into this. So in July of 2022, this thing got down to $107,000. But this person here, success takes time. Guess what we kept doing? We just kept staying in the market and just kept investing, right? So you go November 22, you got 107,000. November or March 2023, you see here 112,000. So it's starting to go back up. April 2023, 120,000, right? And so if you go right here, right, November of 2023, you see here, this is $134,000. But look, we started out right here at 136,000, $93,000 right here. So this person right here, they went through a lot of up and downs with the market because you got to think about it. What happened right here in 2020? When we was in 2020, we was in COVID. All right. In the world, the markets in itself could make up for his mind if it want to go up or down. Right. So this person here is a young person here. So they started out at $189,000 here in the month of April. Here's where this account got to. So we put in, well, this person put in 120,000, and at the beginning of April, it got to $89,000 here. So if you take 189 minus 128, that's a difference of $61,000 right here, right? So if you take here, and this person here started in November, so that's going to take us, and you take November all the way up until where we're currently at now. That's 3.5 years. All right. So let's do this right here. We take $61,000 here, right? And we divide this right here by 3.5, 3.5 years. Ladies and gentlemen, that is averaging $17,428 per year without putting one red cent more into this right here. All right. So here's what I'm gonna show you guys, and here's why this is very important. Because this particular person right here that has this one account, and you see here, this person here has multiple accounts. When we go back over here and we talk about how many employees are working for you, this is what I mean right here. This particular client right here, we set up all these different accounts for this particular person here. All right. Now they got all these employees working for them. But I want to share here with you guys just this one account right here. Just this one this rollover RA account right here that has now about 100 here and $89,000 here, right? Let me share this here with you. I am going to show you how this account right here is going to grow into by the time that they turn 58, 59, 60, how this account here will be $1 million account. All right. And this is very important because this person here has several accounts. Now, this is the cost of having a personal financial coach that's guiding you and leading you. All right. So let me go back over here and I'm going to share this here with you. I'm going to share with you how this account here is now going to grow into $1 million here. All right. So basically, what we're going to do here, right? We're going to go right here. This person right here is age 42. All right. You see right here, age 42. So basically, what we're going to do is we're going to take age 42, and you see that this person account balance here is $185,986 right here. All right. Again, this person here is not contributing any more money, but what we're doing is we're focused on getting an average return of 10% per year. Now, guys, check this out: 10% per year. That's giving you an average. This the last 3.5 years, it's been averaging $17,400. All right. So check this out. Watch this right here. So when we go back right here and we look at this here, you will see right here by the time that this person here turns 59, when this person right here turns 59, this account, this one account here is going to be $1 million. All right. Now, mind you, this person here got a lot of accounts right here. All right. But this is just a rollover RA account. This person here, before they came to me, they didn't have no individual growth account. They didn't have no income account. They didn't have a Roth RA account. They had two 401k accounts that was separated, and we tied it all into one. Now, this is what I'm sharing here with you guys, right? When I say how many employees are working for you, because now this person here, on the average, has about $17,412 just in that one account making money for them. This is what I'm telling you guys. Go back and look at your last 10 transactions. Do you actually have your money actually working for you? This is the mindset that we have to change, right? And I shared this here yesterday, and I'm almost done. I got 5 more minutes, so I'm almost going to be done. You guys, I'm a believer, right? When I say I'm a believer, I believe in God. And there's this one verse out here, right? And I pray for this, right? Let no weapon formed against you prosper. And so when we think about this here, right, many of us on this call that will be watching this, we have kids. Do not let Sally Mae, do not let Navient, right? Sally Mae and Navient are two services of the federal government that will actually, when you go to college, and you guys know this here, right, that will actually give you a loan to go to school, right? I say this right here, and I shared this right here on the Let's Win Financial Group page yesterday. Do not let Navient, do not Sally Mae prosper over your kids. You got a choice and you got a decision right about now for your kids and your grandkids, right? to not let Sally Mae or Navient prosper over your kids. What did I mean by that? Sherwin, I'm telling you, you can go and put in $30 a week. You can go and put in $50 a week into a 529 college savings plan, into a state prepaid plan, whatever state that you in, and put it into a savings account for it to grow in a 529 college savings plan and allow this money to grow because now your kids don't necessarily have to have the same type of rain that's forcing over you over their particular lives. And you think about it, you got a $75,000 student loan at a 5% interest rate. You're paying anywhere from $200 to $225 to $250 a month alone just in interest. And you're paying that over the next 30 plus years. We got a choice and we got a decision right now to not have that over our kids' head. But we make the choice of do we want to go out and spend the money and eating out and drinking with our friends, or we can make some sacrifices, $30 to $40 a week, and put it into these accounts and grow for us over time. Because money has two best friends. That's time and that's compound interest. The earlier you do it, the more that you have time for compound interest to work for you. The later that you do it, you don't have as much time to work for you. So you will see a lot of older people say, baby, if I known what I know now, I would have done this a lot earlier. As a financial educator, and I've been doing this since 2009, right? Since 2009. What I hear what most people would tell me would say, Sherwin, what I know now, man, I wish I would have done this early. So that's why I come on here monthly. That's what I come on and preach to you guys, right? Buy assets over liabilities. You don't have to have a lot of money. I showed you that on Fidelity. You can go and buy anything you want on Fidelity at any dollar amount that you want. The one thing that you got to be is you got to be consistent, you got to be disciplined, and you got to have the mindset. And I'll share this and I will be done. Man, I got this one young girl that I graduated high school with. She's 42. And she came to me about 4 months ago and said, Sherwin, I'm just living paycheck to paycheck. I make a lot of money. I'm making about $80,000 plus per year, and I'm not saving any money. Every week she texts me now. Sure, when I got this $200, I got this $250 in this Roth IRA account that we got set up. Help me invest this money, right? Every single week you can count on a Thursday, because you know what? She got it in her mindset to where her mindset has changed and she's sick and tired of being sick and tired. And you got to get to that point in your life, and no matter if it's just finances, anything that you're dealing with personally. I deal with personal things myself, right? But you got to get to the point to say, you know what? At what time and at what level and what depth, right? Am I just getting sick and tired of being in this situation to where it's only you that's able to pull that out, but through God to help you. So when you look at this right here, you got to think about it. When you start each week off, I want you guys to think about this. I want you to write this down. I want you to do these three things in order to put control over your life, right? I want you to command your week. Write that down. I want you to command your week. That's step number one. Command your week. Step number two, I want you to speak into your week. Speak into your week. So when things come up into your week, when you maybe already have it planned or unplanned, you got to speak to those things that may be bringing you down, or if an unexpected come up and it gets you down and depressed, right? You got to speak to that mountain and you got to say, mountain, you got to move out my way because I got a direction that I'm going to, and I'm going to get past this here, and I'm not going to let this hold me down. The third thing I want you guys to do, right, is give direction to your week. When I say give direction to your week, that means plan everything out. Your spending, your decisions at your job that you're doing, your actions that you're doing with your kids, right? Give directions to your week. Plan things out. Plan things out with your finances. Know what bills are coming up. Download the app Rocket Money. Download that. It's going to tell you all your bills that you have for the week. And now you know you giving direction to your week because on a Sunday, Rocket Money app is going to tell you all the bills what's upcoming for the week. And then now you're gonna log into your bank account and you're gonna see, okay, look, this is how much money that I have that lasts me to the next pay period in order to pay my bills. And when you give direction to your week on this $2,500 savings challenge that we got going on, you're gonna be able to take money out your savings account or your checking account and put into that savings account in that $2,500 savings challenge because you're giving direction to your week. You look at that Rocket Money app, and now you're gonna see what bills is paid, and then you're gonna be able to pay your bills. Now you're giving direction to your week. And you look at that Rocket Money app, and you're gonna figure out what extra money that I have. Now I'm able to put money into my Roth IRA. You're giving direction to your money. You're gonna be able to look at that Rocket Money app, you're gonna pay all those bills, and now you're gonna be able to say, I got some extra money now that I can put towards my kids' college fund. You're gonna look at that Rocket Money app and then you're gonna figure out that you paid all your bills. And then now you're gonna say, now I can put extra money towards that credit card bill that I've already paid for that's showing me on that Rocket Money app, but I'm gonna be able to pay extra money on it towards that credit card because I'm tired of paying $150 a month in interest. I'm tired of paying $2 a month in interest of money interest. I'm tired of paying $500 a month in interest because now that interest that's working against you, once it's paid off, now it can be working for you because you can use that same amount of money and spend it towards an asset that now is going to work for you that's able to pay you the money in interest versus you giving it to someone else versus you being a liability and being someone else's asset. That's what I want you guys to get out of. I don't want you to be somebody else's asset. I want you to be your own asset. And I want you to be able to have you and your family, your purchasing power to be greater and greater and greater and greater every single year. But guess what, guys? It's going to be dependent upon this right here. All right. It's going to be dependent upon this right here. It's going to be dependent upon this right here. Your decisions. It's going to be dependent on your decisions. Your last 10 transactions, was it an asset or was it a liability? Was it towards a bill or was it something that was holding you back? That's what it's going to be about, right? And it's just going to be this right here. It's going to be about this right here because this is where many of us get sidetracked on these four emotional triggers here of spending from a social influence, being on Instagram, seeing all these models on here, seeing these men on here, right? They just spending money, right? We could be, I'm in Miami in the South Florida culture, right? This whole influence to get you to want to spend money. Or maybe some instant gratification, seeking pleasure without long-term consequences, right? We want these immediate desires, this popcorn situation, right? Then we get into this perceived identification. You want to showcase, you want to show certain images to show that you got it. You want to prove to other broke people, right, that you got money that's going to cost you more than what you actually got. Boredom, right? Filling the void for material possessions. We want to avoid that, right? We want to avoid that. And so I hope that you guys get this today when we go in the month of April, right? We want to go to the point in the month of April and we want to be able to grow and we want to be able to do things a little bit different. Now, I share this with you guys, right? I want you guys to do this, right? There's this thing I want you to go on Let's Win Financial group page. And my time is short, I can't show you right now, but go on the Let's Win Financial group page, right? Go into documents. I want you guys to do your net worth. Know what your worth is every single month. See how your money did every single month. I share this with you. Just go in and Let's Win Financial and just put net worth, assets, minus liability. All add up all your assets minus your liabilities and see what it is, right? And do it every single month. Guys, that's your financial report card. All right. Now, before I close out, does anyone have any questions here? It's recorded. We're going to put this on the YouTube page, but does anyone have any questions on anything that I've discussed today? Any questions? If so, just unmute. Any questions? Any questions? All right, no questions. So I'll have this recorded. Apologize, we couldn't get it onto the Let's Win Financial group page. I got to figure that out with Facebook. Get that setting back straight. But as always, guys, be well, be blessed, and as always, bless, continue to win. Have a blessed one, guys. Let's win in May. All right.